focus on the net. Your gross means nothing. Focus on that net.
I needed capital to start my catering company, and I didn't have that. My mindset was just to make it happen in any way possible. I saw a kid selling candy on the subway one day, and I kind of laughed about it at first, like this kid is, way too young to be out this late. But then I realized he made like $5 in 2 minutes. I quickly did the math, and this kid was making way more money than I was making tax-free. I went into work the next day. I quit my job, thanked them so much for the opportunity, and started hustling on the train. To be honest, I was afraid of the optics, people seeing me on the train selling candy. What would they think? And I had to block all of that out of my head and really focus on my vision. It was all about just doing whatever I could and not letting anything get in the way of that, seeing that light at the end of the tunnel. I achieved that goal. In 2 months, I was able to save up enough money to formulate my business as an LLC, get my own commercial kitchen, hire staff, get uniforms, get equipment, and I was able to really hit the ground running. It taught me that if you're not willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goal, then you're not ready for that goal. You're not ready for that opportunity.
When I was young, growing up in Jamaica, Queens, success for me looked like money. When I finally got the money, it brought me tremendous joy and it brought me tremendous sorrow. When that's all I thought success was, it took me to a very dark place. So we were wildly successful. We had all this money coming in, but as fast as the money came in, it went out even faster. When the music stopped, if you will, money stopped coming in, but the bills kept coming. It was tough. If I were a lot more financially literate, I would have focused on the net, that's one, and not the gross. I got into a relationship with an accountant. We just talk about money openly, and I'd be like, yeah, I picked this up for this show, and she's like, but what'd you net? I'm like, what? What do you mean what I net? She's like, what'd you net? Let me see a P&L. What? My who? Pizza and lasagna? You know what I'm saying? And then I started paying attention to the P&Ls and looking at what's coming in versus what's going out, and that changed the game for me. The way I do business changed completely. I started looking at my business as a business. If you're only focused on your gross, then it's a hobby. It's a hobby, it's not a business. Because when you look at what you're netting, you can understand how to make your business profitable, where you have to shave, where you have to invest, and when you just have to shut it down for a bit and pivot. The word for 22 is pivot.
Growing up, I thought there was this goal that you have to achieve or this purpose, and you decide it, and if you don't make it to that goal, then you failed. But we're changing, we're adapting, we're growing, and things about us change. And so I think it's just about living in the moment, and if you don't live in that moment, your whole life is gonna pass you by, and that's when you'll have regrets. Even though I've struggled a lot, I don't regret anything, and I feel like I've still experienced a lot of really amazing things.
Even achieving the height of Olympic success, it didn't fill the hole that I thought it would. Okay, you strive for success, you achieve it, and it's just not what you expect. I expected it to be the key to happiness after all that training, and it was an interesting process to learn it wasn't. Didn't change anything. It didn't change anything. Redefining success, it's not just about your accolades and what you achieve, but really every single step along the way.
I think that for a lot of people who have a tremendous amount of money, money is the marker of whether they continue to do well in the world. Whether their life has meaning and how much meaning it has. That's super messed up, because there's 1,000 healthier ways to measure your self-worth and your accomplishments. People sort of wear the hours that they worked as a badge of honor. I worked so hard, I worked 80 hours, I worked 90 hours, whatever. For a tech bro who started a software company where those 80 hours that you worked, and I have been that person, so I know, those 80 hours that you work, they are making your decisions worse. You are going to slip up and make mistakes and design poor strategies and have poor execution next week because you denied yourself sleep and rest this week. I don't know what it is that investors or entrepreneurs or teams or anyone wants other than the best possible outcome. And if you want the best possible outcome, the way to design for that is to accept that human beings do their best work in a small amount of time each week that is concentrated into the hours where they are best rested and feel supported and feel safe. They were like, oh, it's not the hardest working ones, and it's not the ones with the best software engineers, and it's not the ones that produce the most, it's the ones where everybody says, I feel great about coming into work with my coworkers, I feel supported by my leadership.
It's not how much money you make, it's how you manage your money. It's about what do I do with it that makes me become more caring, more generous, more empathetic. Those are the invaluable things that we need to embrace. You can always make another dollar, but can you become more caring about another person?
When I was younger, I thought that I didn't deserve to become a physician because of what I had experienced. And I know there are a lot of people who have been through different experiences that they think might prevent them from having what they want or going after the degree that they want or the dream that they want. I'm here to tell you that, you can get out of your own way and do whatever it is that you dream of. You can study to be anything. All of the classes exist. All of the universities exist that will allow you to study what you need to study. You just need to find the support system that is going to help you get through the program that you're thinking about. I feel like we can be whoever we want to be. We can be anything. And, I chose that I wanted to become a doctor. I could have chosen any other career and pursued it, but this is the one that I chose for me. And you have to choose what you want to be for yourself, and you can be anything.
Well, I allow myself to believe in myself and allow myself to see that if I do something, I expect results. I can take charge even one of those factors in my life, which my whole life I never have control, or I thought I didn't have. But the mind is a very powerful thing, but that is not enough. The hard work is important. Allow others to guide you and support you rather than chase everybody away. I want to do this by myself. Sometimes people feel like being successful means you have to be independent. I say, no, this is being stupid. Being successful is knowing how to work with people, being interdependent. I may not have a lot to offer, but let me learn from you. I didn't know how to dream. I didn't know how to believe in myself. I didn't know how to accept myself. I think that is the first thing, is sometimes we want to be successful so much that we forget to accept who we are and then be willing to explore. Everything I have, I earn it. And somebody helped me along the way. You don't have to do it by yourself.
Do what makes you happy. If the decision is going to potentially lead you to something greater or something that'll make you happier, do what makes you happy. We only have one life to live. I would never see the point of just doing something that isn't fulfilling.
I would tell the artists I represent and artists in general, learn about money, learn how money works. Stay involved in your career, every aspect of your career, stay involved in it. There's so many people that'll say, hey, go make music or be an athlete, shut up and dribble. And a lot of us, we do it because we trust easily. But you have to stay on top of your business. This goes for everybody. This is what we love to do, but this is a career. You can set yourself up for a very beautiful future.
And you gotta flip the script on things that happen to you in your life and not have this just woe is me mentality. Because a lot of people don't have the guts to even try something as big and as grand. And if it doesn't work out, then it's still amazing that you were able to believe in yourself enough to walk out in faith and try something different. Life is very short and we're on a rock hurtling through space. I think life is all about taking chances. Life is all about not being in the comfort zone. You gotta be your biggest cheerleader. You're not gonna achieve success if you don't believe in yourself, to the umpteenth degree.